I'm thinking of doing like a 30-day YouTube thing where like I only drink water for 30 days. Like that's the only thing I drink.
No calories?
Maybe one coffee in the morning, but like everything, which is basically just water filtered through a bean anyway, but like one black coffee a day and then just water. If I wanted to have a protein shake just to get more protein in, like fine, that's like not a big deal. It's still just protein and water, but it wouldn't be like essentially no soda, even if diet soda, none of that. I think tea would be fine. If I wanted to have tea, that would be okay. Not like boba tea or whatever, like the fucking like with the cream and the things in it, even though it's delicious. Just like a tea bag, like mint tea that I have, but only like real water, like water or tea, and like that's it. Nothing else.
No
None
alcohol?
of like no alcohol.
So,
no alcohol.
So what you would be eliminating essentially is diet soda and sparkling water.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Just to see how that feels, and like if I end up like getting more used to it and all of that, and like just because I love sparkling water. It's just like the fizziness. I enjoy it more, but I also feel like even though it is a vice, I think it's a vice. It's a crutch. It's a crutch as more than a vice, but I wanted to give that a shot, and I think that would actually be pretty good content.
I think a lot of people can relate to that, and I think you should do it. I'd like to see it. And good for you making that hydration a priority. I mean, you've already taken the big steps, right? Like what kills people literally and figuratively is if you're drinking juice and you're drinking regular soda and you're drinking these like sugar, high calorie dense, non-satiating liquids instead of water, like that's where the negative health repercussions are. But if you're having 12 ounces of diet soda a day and like a couple sparkling waters and some regular water, like from the purposes of, being 99% of the way there from a health perspective, you're doing amazing. That's great. But it is just interesting to see you break the pattern of what was probably established in childhood, or trying to break that pattern through this potential challenge.
Mine is less of a physiological health and more of like a mental thing, almost like taking a social media break, right? Where it's like, I don't think social media or anything is like necessarily having a direct impact on like physical health, like your insulin and stuff, like whatever, like you're not like becoming more insulin resistant because of social media. Mental health, dopamine, all that stuff, like you're becoming like more, you just need more and more and more. And I was like, I regularly talk about the importance of being bored and relaxing. And I think having even the fizziness or the diet soda a little bit here and there is another way of just like giving my brain more when I don't need that. It's like I should just be okay with having water and I shouldn't need that extra sweetness. And like I should just be cool having fucking water all the time. That's like in my brain what I want to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give that a shot.
Do you think the fizziness gives you small amounts of pleasure?
100%. Large amounts of pleasure.
Oh, I
love those fizziness. That's why I love Topo Chico. It's like the fizziest of them all. And it doesn't even lose its fizziness. I could leave it out for 4 days. I come back. It's equally as fizzy. It's fucking insane.
Good for them. Not even paying us to say that. That's a really
good for them.
It's a really cool idea. And the meta idea of what you're doing, if people don't struggle with water or if people like don't care enough to mimic what you're doing, the meta of what you're doing is you're creating more intentional quote unquote pain and reducing pleasure, which from a if you think of the seesaw of we'll use dopamine as the example, pain on one side, pleasure on the other. If you're doing too much pleasure, if you're drinking bubbly water all day long and then you stop drinking bubbly water, you're not just going to come right back to homeostasis. You're going to lean back into pain a little bit. But when you intentionally lean into pain, and you can do this through, people don't like to hear it, but you can do it through cold plunges. You can do it through getting your butt whooped on the mat, getting choked out in Brazilian jiu-jitsu like Jordan used to do, but now he's the one choking people out. But you can do things that intentionally cause pain, which then afterwards bring you back past homeostasis into a state of slight pleasure. And if we think of all of the cheap dopamine that exists, social media, like looking back 37 times in the first 24 minutes of a post to see how many likes you get over and over and over again. We can go to sugar. We can go to porn. We can go to jerking off. We can go to, sex addiction. We can go to like all of these things, anything that causes or creates excess pleasure brings you back to here. So anytime you can do anything that intentionally leans into a little bit of pain is going to lead to you feeling better.
Preach. Clip that. That's a Clips Nation right there.
I haven't even been thinking about Clips Nation. Okay.
Me either, but that was so good that I immediately was like, wow, Clips Nation.
Thanks. I don't know what kind of seesaw this is. What else you got?
Dude, that was it. I was excited about that theory that I had.
I'm excited to see you do that.
Challenges are great content, by the way. Challenges are very, very good content. Giving yourself a challenge, whether it's a mini cut, whether it's maybe you're trying to reduce caffeine intake, maybe you're trying to get X number of steps per day, maybe you're trying to reach a certain deadlift or a certain number of push-ups or a mile time or get the splits or anything. Any type of challenge is not only, frankly, relatively easy content to make, but also people love following a challenge. They absolutely love it.